Community Viewpoint with John Pollock and Maria Hurst.
Hi, welcome to Community Viewpoint. I am your host today, Maria Hurst. John has meetings, so he is out of town right now, but he will join us next week. So I'm back for a little bit, and I haven't seen you in a couple weeks, but today I want to talk about, in this first segment, I want to talk about some local services that you can access. Even sometimes people think that just because they got a job, they can't get any services in town that are valuable and that are there. So I want to talk about some of those services available that promote health and well-being. First off, I want to talk about what's coming up next Saturday, or this coming Saturday, November 10th. It starts, I think, around 8 o'clock, and that's the USDA, the U.S. Department of Agriculture, Food Commodities. That is held every 2 months in each community separately. So there's one in Pahrump, Beatty, Amargosa, Tonopah. And what the U.S. Department of Agriculture Food Commodities is that's the USDA's way to feed the people that need to be fed. That's like a supplement to your grocery bill. There's 5 to 9 commodities given out every 2 months. And if you need it, it's really important that you go because it's only held on one day every 2 months. And the U.S. Department of Agriculture provides funds for different farming, food distributions. In return, they get all of this food, which is just the same as in the grocery store. It comes directly from the farmers. It comes from Dole. It's not food that they get that's donated. That's not a bad thing either. I'm just saying it's brand new from the manufacturer, shipped for the commodities program to be given out to the people. They do have certain income guidelines for the USDA food commodities, but they're very liberal. Now, I also work for the WIC program. I think probably everybody in town knows that. And the USDA food commodity income guidelines are the same as WIC. WIC is also run by the U.S., or it's not run, but it's funded by the U.S. Department of Agriculture. So they will have, for example, staples like canned fruit, canned vegetables. In the winter months, they have meats most times, beans, rice, noodles. They have all kinds of like staples. It's really important to go if you need to go. And sometimes the line is long, but be patient. They're really, really good at getting everybody their box really quickly. And where it's held now, it's on West Street at the New Hope Church. And that is between 372 and Wilson. And it's right on West Street across from Acme Feed. The next one is November 10th. I would get there like by 8 o'clock. Some people get there earlier because the line is pretty long, but they get through it fairly quickly. And it's a great program. You do need to provide proof of your Pahrump address and a picture ID. If you've just moved here but you're a resident and you have, like, say, a California ID, I think they'll take it if you have a bill, an electric bill or a phone bill in your name that's from Pahrump. They prefer that you have a Pahrump ID. If there's somebody in your household that has the Pahrump ID, have them present the ID, and just you can tell them how many are in your household. The USDA goes by household size. So if you have like a couple that lives here in Pahrump and your brother and his wife and child come to live with you, then you're a household of 5. So based on that, if your income, it's, I think, $3,300 you can make before you don't qualify for the USDA food commodities. It's the same as WIC. So you can make a pretty liberal income and still go to the commodities program and have them supplement your grocery bill, because grocery bills are high. All bills are high right now. So it's just a really good program. And the Path of Hope Food Bank is also held there on Wednesdays. In the next segment, I'm going to talk about that more. But right now, I just want to make sure everybody knows that the USDA food commodities is going to be this Saturday, November 10th, starting about 8 o'clock. Get in line and get over there. if you cannot get over there, like if you're disabled or if you're working, you can send somebody else with a note, a copy of your ID and your bill, and they can go to the line for you. They just have to have your ID, a note, and a bill, something in your name showing, and you have to write a letter saying you can't get over there. But if you are disabled or working at the time and you really can't get over there, somebody that's maybe already going can pick it up for you. But they do need those documents. They need a copy of your picture ID, the address, a bill with your address, and a letter from you. Also, if you cannot, there's a drive-through line. If you need to walk, if some people walk up, they have like a wagon, if they live close, you can walk up. There's a walk-up line and a drive-up line. So, and if you need to go to the walk-up line and can't carry your box back, they do have people that can help you carry the box back. So it's a really good program. I'm really happy to see it be so successful here in Pahrump. And the ladies over there, Donna and Sandy, who run the program over there, they are just phenomenal ladies. They do really, really good work here in town. And we're going to talk a little bit more about the Path of Hope Food Bank in the next segment. But don't forget to go to the USDA Food Commodities Saturday, November 10th at New Hope Church, right across from Acme Feed, starting about 8 o'clock in the morning. And they run for about 2-3 hours. So that is about the commodities. Next, I want to talk about the WIC program. That's a program that a lot of people don't know they can access. Let me ask, how much time do we have now? Okay, cool. The WIC program is also a program that's funded by the U.S. Department of Agriculture. They were set as a pilot program in 1971 and went national in 1974. They are a supplemental nutrition program for women, infants, and children. And their primary goal is to prevent illnesses, nutrition-related illnesses, low iron in the blood, malnutrition. We do health screenings, nutrition assessments, and we give out free food, and we do nutrition education. We provide services for women who are pregnant, 6 months postpartum, breastfeeding, or children who are under 5 years old. Now, once children turn 5, the program that takes over from the U.S. Department of Agriculture is the school lunch program. So the USDA doesn't stop at 5. They have the commodities program, and they also have the school lunch program. The USDA is a busy, busy agency, and I think they also have a home loan program as well. But back to WIC. WIC, our office locally is inside the Public Health and Clinical Services office, which is where you can go get family planning services, immunizations for your children, cancer screenings for women. WIC is part of them too. So now WIC is one of those services that you can access through Public Health and Clinical Services. If you want to access WIC, you can call the separate WIC line, which is 775-727-4884. You can press extension 1 for Paula, extension 2 for Maria, or extension 3 for Laura. And if you want to call the Public Health and Clinical Services Community Health Nursing Office, you can call 751-7070. What I love about the union of the two programs is that a lot of WIC clients need services from family planning after you have a baby, immunizations for your children. They're right there. Everybody is together. So if somebody goes in for a pregnancy test, finds out they're pregnant, they can go right over to WIC, get services from WIC. If a WIC child needs immunizations, we can go right over to the community health nursing side, and it just works very well together. And Maureen Boudall has done a great job at meshing the two programs together, thanks to Shirley Trummel as well. It's just all working. And so for WIC services, the income limits are very liberal. WIC helps working families. So if you're still working, like we'll be talking about in the next segment with the food bank, a lot of people that are working can't get other services like Medicaid or food stamps, etc. But WIC is one of those services that you can make a decent amount of money and still come in and get help. We can do all those screenings. We can talk about healthy eating ideas, all different things, just those little things that you think may not help. And then you come in and we talk about, we do nutrition assessment and a health screening. And then there's just those little things you can tweak in your diet that can make all the difference in the quality of someone's life. So the income limits for a family of 4 is like $2,900. The income limits for a family of 5 is almost $3,300. So you can still make a good living and come and get assistance from WIC, and we encourage you to. A lot of people will say, want to save it for someone else, which is great. But if you qualify for it, you should come in and get it. We do have funding. We have funding for an additional 200 people right now. We have about 800 participants. There is room for many more people. So you should come down and apply for WIC. You can call us. You can apply over the phone. You can come in. You can apply in person. It's really, really easy. The barriers to getting WIC are very small. You need a minimal amount of paperwork to get in, a child's birth certificate, shot record, a picture ID, proof of whatever income you have, and your child. And if you have Medicaid, you can bring that too. If you don't have Medicaid, you don't need to bring it. But it's a very minimal amount of paperwork that you need to come and access WIC services. And we also have breastfeeding assistance. We have an on-site breastfeeding lactation educator, Laura Bird. She is right on site. If you need any help with breastfeeding, she's the lady to go to, and she's accessible anytime the clinic is open. Breastfeeding services provided by the State of Nevada WIC program through the U.S. Department of Agriculture are really, really good right now. We have all kinds of nutrition education material for breastfeeding moms. If you're a breastfeeding mom and you're not giving formula to your baby and you're totally breastfeeding, we have extra incentives. We have quilts that were donated by Quilts for Cancer. We have bags that say grow with the flow, breastfeeding. They're really cute. One of the biggest benefits, besides the health benefits that are so great, everybody knows it's good for you. We're going to have another show to talk about all of that. But financially, through the WIC program, the benefits, if you're not giving your child formula and you're totally breastfeeding, besides the quilt and the bag, we have free breast pumps for those moms. They are $330 breast pumps that the mom gets to keep for free. Mom will get a food package for an entire year, and the baby will get triple the baby food once baby turns 6 months old. So it's about $1,000 in extra benefits if you totally breastfeed your baby and you're on WIC. So it's really, really good, because that's how good breastfeeding is for the children, that the government will put up that money up front because it saves so much money in healthcare costs. You hear all over that prevention is the key, and that's what this is. That's what the key point of the breastfeeding incentives are, because breastfeeding is so good in the life of a human being. We're just about out of time, so I just want to thank you for listening, and thank you for tuning in. And if you need to get a hold of the WIC program, please call 727-4884. If you need to get a hold of the community health nursing side, 751-7070. We'll see you in the next segment. Thank you so much.